going to start off with our basket, a couple of hydrangeas, and one killer beautiful greenery that is like the moneymaker piece right here. With that combination, we're going to be able to make this stand out beautifully. So the first thing you're going to need to do is prep your base, and we're going to use a small block of floral foam we already cut, and I want it to be able to go in here kind of at this part at the back. You are going to need a few of your floral pins, and then you're also going to need a glue skillet here close by, because we're going to want to have this glued in really nicely. So rather than just put a bunch of glue on there and just poke it in, we're going to do it a little bit differently. I want you to push it in towards the back and then flip this over immediately. See, back here is pretty neat and clean. There's no reason to make this look like just a train wreck back here with a bunch of glue. So what I think is easiest to do is just come in with some floral pins, which are these U-shaped pins like this, okay? And you're going to dip them in the glue, and then I'm just going to take and put them just right over the wires. So that's going to support it. Now hold it with your hand up here too. And we want to make sure this is going to hold in there nice and tight. And I want you to come in from some angles from the side like this. Grab. So you want to make sure you're going in with glue to hold it, guys, because if you just push these in, they'll go in and they'll hold, but they can also pull out. Okay, I'm going to push this one back into. Beautiful, and you can just spin it around. This is not the fun part per se, this is the prepping part, but it's important we do it to get everything ready. Okay, now once you've gotten 5 or 6 pins in, I want you to feel it, grab it, make sure it feels stable, it feels good. And then what I need to do now is get back here and make sure these are flush too. I can't have them just pushing against somebody's door. Good deal. And then I want to kind of hide this mess in the back, and the easiest way is to use our Spanish moss. So I'm going to get like a little handful of it, and I'm just going to kind of tuck this in that hole at the bottom. This is one big piece, not a lot of little pieces. And then I'm going to come in and just hide that whole back area with one nice big clump. And then once again, this time you're just pinning in the moss to hold it in. 1 and 2 of those, you are good to go. So now, not only the back is neat and clean, you can kind of pinch over those pins so the customer won't see that. I'm going to flip it over and you're good to go. Now it's time to make our arrangement, and this is just a pretty beautiful, easy one. And what I want you to do first is grab your greenery bush, and this one I have already shaken hands with, which we talk about a lot in design school, and you can see I've shaped it up really pretty. It is such a gorgeous bush. When you put it in this basket, you can see how pretty it's going to be. So what I want you to do is separate this into sections real quick, and you'll see it's got 3 main sections, 1 taller section. Okay, we're going to go ahead and do a quick and easy tear, which this will just tear right apart, and we're going to use it first. So take and trim that off to where you want it to go up on your foam, but you want it to be just a little bit above the back side of our basket. So once I know that size I need, I take and trim all that off, okay? And you can just put your trash off to the side. I got my little trash bucket over here to the side. Now I'm going to leave my twigs really popping out because I love that. And this is going to run up right in the center of the design. So just give this a swirl in the glue pot. Come back to your foam. We're going to push it right in the center. Now hold on to your foam while you're putting that in the middle. You see how that's going to go right up the center? Yay! That's just so perfect, okay? Now, we're going to flank this with 2 of our hydrangea stems. These are these big, gorgeous stems. I love these. They have this off-white color, and they have these beautiful leaves. You can leave the leaves on or take them off, depending how it looks with your greenery. I'd play with it a little. But this first stem, I want it to be right about here. So you have to kind of see where that height is going to be. And once you know it, you can tear it apart right here easy, but this one needs to be a little longer. So I kind of have to nip at it because it's got this realistic looking stem. These look great in vases because they've got this thicker stem, but you can still get to it. You just start kind of nipping it, and you twist it, and you cut the wire, and you're in. All right, and this piece is going to go off to this side. This is such a fun and easy one to make. And like I said, you can leave the greenery or take it off. I'm going to leave it, and we're going to pop it in right there. We might lose 1 leaf. I think we're going to lose this leaf in the front. And then when I take a leaf off, I do want to trim off that little piece so it doesn't look like it's missing something. All right, now hold these leaves off to the side, and let's go in the glue. And once again, we're going to go right here into the foam off to the side. Now, I'm going into the foam, and I'm not planning to put a lot into this foam. So what I want you to do, where that glue's hot, you're gonna go ahead and hit it with a little bit of the moss. You know what, I'm gonna take the leaves off. Sometimes I like them, sometimes I don't. I just think I like our greenery that we're putting in so much better, so let's just take it off. Okay, now this is in good, and that's gonna go right in that zone. Bend that head forward, and we're looking good, really good. Now our second hydrangea goes low and in this section. So this section, and you can leave those 2 leaves up by the head, that's fine, guys. We're gonna trim these off. And save these big leaves, these would work great to kind of cover up things. Now this one, I think we can take and separate. Aha, perfect. So I didn't even have to cut it. And this one's gonna go low into the bottom right here in the front, okay? So this design has 2 main flowers, and then we're using this gorgeous greenery. So I'm gonna push this kind of into the front of the foam. There we go, and I want that to come forward and break the plane of the container. Just like I teach my design school students, the layering is very, very important. Now, it's back to the greenery we used at the beginning, because this is gonna be the star of our show and help us finish off beautifully. So we're gonna take, first of all, and trim these shorter. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna start and bringing the greenery back and keeping it tight to where you put your first hydrangea in. I'm gonna bring this over to the side, and it's got those beautiful green berries. And then this one I'm gonna shape up a little, and we're gonna work opposite, and it's gonna go off to the side also. Trim that off. So the key on this one is to keep everybody really tight so that you don't have to end up adding a lot of anything. We can work with our design just right here, tight, and the 2 hydrangeas just staggered apart. Bring those green berries through the middle a little. Beautiful. Oh my gosh, look how pretty. Now our last piece is a really fun piece. It's got all these fun twigs, and I want you to use it more to the foreground in the front here. So cut it short also, and then we will bring it in kind of forward. You could cut this into other pieces too if you wanted to. I'm going to try to keep it all as one. I want to see this pretty fern coming over the front of my container. So I'm going to, oops, I got that leaf in the glue. That happens. You just take it off, fix it. No worries. This one we're going to go off to the front. Oh my God, so stinking pretty. And then just bring these over. You know, the twigs, we want them to work opposite each other. Isn't that fun? And I really wanted that fern forward, and that's working great. So this is super simple. 2 hydrangeas, 1 greenery. I mean, if you can't make this, guys, you're not even trying. And it's just about your placement. And so it doesn't always have to be like volumes of product. It's about your placement. Now, the one thing you are going to need is that Spanish moss, because we got to get in there and make that base look pretty. So I'm going to grab another big ball of the moss, and we're going to just take and push this right into the front, and we're going to fill up any of the foam. And this is our chartreuse color. You could use any color that we carry. You just wouldn't want the natural gray, because it would not work with this. You need to use one of the colors. One more on this other side. Oh my gosh, this is so cute. And I love that it has this square base, because you know why? I can lean this against a wall. You can't exactly see that, but that's leaning against a wall. So if I do craft shows and I run out of wall space, these can hang, of course, on my wall, but guess what? They can sit on the table leaning against the wall lower. All kind of fun things. Now I'm just taking a few floral pins, and we're pinning the moss in. And we've done it. We've made a stunning floral arrangement. It looks professionally done. We used really 2 critical pieces to make this look amazing. And you just use a few pins to pin that Spanish moss in, and you're good to go. The last step I might do is I might take my finger and curl some of these just to be a little more refined. I like to take and put some curls on the twigs, or you might leave some long, some curly. You can stretch them out once you curl them. Make sure you get that fern going the way we want it. We've got some up here. We could just curl the tops a little. Look at this fun one up here. So just swoosh it around, curl a little. But isn't that fun and easy? All right, Blue Merinos, I can't wait to see you make yours. I'll see you next time.